Yesterday, I met my young friend Robert, who was a little tensed about the assignment that he had to submit in his school. He had been asked to form a quadratic equation from the two given roots. He had to present the solution in a very detailed manner, explaining all the parameters. He told me that he has a quite good knowledge of the three methods to find the roots of a quadratic equation and the discriminant for knowing the nature of the roots. So I thought to ask some questions to him just to refresh his knowledge and then to discuss on the project. I asked him what discriminant in the context of quadratic equation is. He said, in the quadratic formula, the term under square root b square minus 4ac is called discriminant. He elaborated it further that the square root of any positive number is either a perfect square or non-perfect square, but the resultant will be a real number only. Whereas square roots of negative numbers are not real. They are imaginary or say complex numbers. We call it discriminant because it discriminates the real and non-real roots. Friends, the same thing we have explained in our previous session. I would suggest you to watch that session if you want to learn it in detail. Now it was the right time to discuss about his assignment of writing quadratic equation from the given roots. So I asked him to write the general form of the quadratic equation. He wrote ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then I wrote the same equation in a little different form, where the coefficient of x square is 1, just by dividing the whole equation by a. Then I told him, Robert, when we add the roots of the equation, we get the negative of the middle term. And when we take the product of the roots, we get the last term of this equation. He was not fully convinced, so I explained him with a proof. A quadratic equation has two roots, right? By using quadratic formula, we can say that the two roots are minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a and minus b minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Let's denote them by the letters alpha and beta respectively. Now, take the sum of the roots and see what you get. Take the product of the roots and see whether you get the last term or not. Now this seems quite satisfactory, right? Friends, is it possible to write the general equation by replacing the middle term and last term with sum and product of the roots respectively? That means the quadratic equation in the terms of the roots can be written as x square plus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta equal to 0. Here is one mistake. Can you spot that mistake? Please note that alpha plus beta, that is sum of the roots, is minus b upon a. So the above equation will be x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta equal to 0. Let's do the same thing with the given assignment and try to form the equation. So on summing the roots, we get alpha plus beta equal to minus square root of 2, and on multiplying we get minus 12. So we get x square minus of root 2 into x plus minus 12 equal to 0. And finally we get x square plus root 2x minus 12 equal to 0. And this is how he completed the assignment by explaining all the parameters in a very detailed manner. He understood the relationship between the roots and the coefficients. And I hope even you have understood it well. So on the basis of what we have learned till now, let's try to solve this question. If one of the roots of the quadratic equation is 3 minus root 7, form the equation. So we have to form a quadratic equation where only one root is given. And what is the root form of quadratic equation? Alright. For getting the sum and the product, we need two roots, right? So we have to follow these three simple steps. First, find the second root, then sum and product of the roots, and finally form the quadratic equation. Now keep in mind one thing, that answer is always within the question. Guys, by looking at the question, can you guess or tell me the other root? If you see the formula and try to separate the roots, then one will come with the positive sign and the other one will be negative. 3 is not a perfect square, right? So if one root is 2 plus root 3, then other one should be 2 minus root 3. And so on. This is a simple logic, isn't it? So if one root is 3 minus root 7, then other one should be 3 plus root 7, right? So tell me, what would be the other root if one of the root is 4 plus square root of minus 5? It would be 4 minus square root of minus 5. Please note that sign will not change inside the square root. Let's go back to our solution. And the sum of the roots is 6. And product of the roots is 2. Now simply we have to put the values in the given form. And we get x square minus 6x plus 2 equal to 0. And if you want to cross check, then try to find out the roots of this quadratic equation. Now let's see what we have understood till now. Before we end this session, try solving few more examples and the answers will be displayed in the end.
The complete course for Math Grade 10 SSC Maharashtra State Board is now available in pen drive and SD card format. Our quick revision chart book is also available in English and Marathi language. Click on the link to buy now. You may also check the description below. Thank you.